So I'm going to start a series where I talk about the parables. Now, I'm not going to do all the parables. I'm going to talk about my favourites and also the ones I think are kind of like important to like reflect on. Not saying that none of them are important to reflect on, but you get what I mean. But I'm going to start off with the one in Mark in chapter 12, and that's the parable of the wicked vine dresser. So a background on this, at this time now, everyone, the religious leaders, the Pharisees, the elders, everyone's all questioning Jesus. Now, they're not doing it, out of interest. They're doing it to try and slip him up, and he knows what they're trying to do as well. And he tells this parable. So this is from verse 1, and it says, Then he began to speak to them in parables. A man planted a vineyard and set a hedge around it, dug a place for the wine vat and built a tower, and he leased it to the vinedressers and went into the far country. Now at vintage time he sent a servant to the vine dressers that he might receive some of the fruit and the vineyard from the vine dressers, and they took him and beat him and sent him away empty handed. And again he sent them another servant, and at him they threw stones, wounded him in the head, and sent him away shamefully treated. And again he sent another, and him they killed, and many others, beating some and killing some. Therefore, still having one son, his beloved, he also sent him to them last, saying, They will respect my son. But these vinedressers said among themselves, This is the heir. Come, let us kill him, and the inheritance will be ours. So they took him and killed him and cast him out of the vineyard. Therefore, what will the owner of the vineyard do? He will come and destroy the vinedressers and give the vineyard to others. Have you not even read this scripture? So, first off, I just love, this is basically a prophetic parable. So to go into it, so the person who owns the land, that is God. The vinedressers, they're the religious leaders. Now the servants are the prophets. So if you've read any of the prophetic books in the Bible, you will know they didn't really have a great life. A lot of the time they were like ridiculed, they were called liars, even some were beaten. Some were killed. It was just, one of those things, unfortunately, that happened because they refused to listen. And then the son is Jesus. It's just the fact that Jesus literally told him to the face, like, yeah, you're gonna kill me. And it's just wow. It's just, I don't know, it's just, so the way the parable is told and the meaning of it, it's just like wow, this is so good. Like when I first read this, I was like, OMG. Like at first I read it, I was like, I didn't get it, but then suddenly it hit me. I was like, OMG, the servants of the prophets, and OMG, the son is Jesus. The son is Jesus. And I double checked, and I was right. I was like, oh wow, it's just, I just, some of the parables, I just love what Jesus teaches us in how he teaches in parables. I did do a little reel into why he teaches in parables. Um, but yeah, this is just such a good parable. And as I said, I just love that idea, the fact that he literally tells them, oh, by the way, you're going to kill me, but God is going to destroy you. So for killing me, it's just amazing. And if you move on, where did it say? If you move on to verse 12, it says, And they sought to lay hands on him, but feared the multitude, for they knew he had spoken the parable against them, so they left him and went away. So they knew that the parable was probably against them, but they didn't necessarily understand the parable as such. But it's just the fact that he told a prophetic word through a parable. I don't know, it just amazes me. Sometimes I read scripture and it just amazes me. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but sometimes I get so excited reading scripture. I'm like, wow, that is so kind of just what's the word for it? I can't even, such good literature. That's it. So much literature sometimes.